There it is.
Ooh la la. Thank you, Paul.
Always have permission to interrupt me, my friend.
Okay. Okay. So breathe in and join me as we go deep in ourselves and appreciate the presence of spirit within ourselves and within this community. God is and we are. And with this awareness, we also want to bless each and everyone in this service. Bless them with the awareness of spirit. And also appreciate the love that is flowing within ourselves and amongst ourselves. I'm grateful for this. I appreciate this. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Paul. Well, let's sing. Because before we get to everything else that's happening, let's sing because we know how to do that. Reverend Gwen, are you going to share with me this morning? I'll start us off.
You bet.
You all know this song. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining within us all. We are a part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. I hear babies singing.
Come on, that was beautiful.
It was so good. Who's got the children on here? Is it you two? That was fantastic.
I can hear the babies. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. So beautiful.
Oh, that was so good.
You guys are in good voice this morning, this evening. Give yourself some love and some spirit fingers going on. Come on. Okay, well, we have a beautiful morning, evening planned for everybody because we get to celebrate you as the image and likeness of God. So we get to give some certificates out today. Gwen, I'm going to let you start us off and tell us all about what's happening there in our upcoming classes. And Nancy, you're going to read off the names.
We lost Nancy, but we'll see if she comes back. Oh, are you here? No, I don't see you. Yeah, so fall classes are set. You've had the notice through WhatsApp. There's been several people on these different groups organizing the curriculum and making it spicy for you and interesting and etc. We are having a discovery class. Now, I'm assuming most everyone has attended a discovery class, but what we decided to do this time is extend it and make it a 4-week class starting September 10th. Now, this is the opportunity for people who have approached you and went, oh, I want some of that. Like, you seem happier. You just look like your life is bigger or something that where your energy and your mental atmosphere has been giving off and people are recognizing it. Or maybe you've said something like Patrick and James and Duke have experienced when they've gone to a different town to do their translation work together. People are asking questions. And so invite them to the discovery class. This is where they can come in, find out what we are about, find out a little about the history of Science of Mind, for some of the vocabulary, and just find out if it's enough of a class that they can find out if they really want more. So it starts on September 10th, 8 p.m. Kenya time. And we already have several students from around the world, Egypt and Brussels. And so bring in anybody that you want. You can also come in and join, and maybe we'll get you to say, hey, this is what Science of Mind is doing for me. And you can express your experience and your change in your life, because we know how you change your thought changes your life. And it's really great to hear people's own experiences by applying it. So September 10th, 8 p.m. Following that, we will have Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. Those are the initial classes, and that's going to be taught by Reverend Claire and Reverend Pat. Yay. Reverend Eileen will teach Living My Life's Purpose. We haven't got set dates for that yet, but just keep an eye out. Reverend Myrna, she'll be a new face for you, sort of. She's been around a little bit. And then Michelle is going to teach this thing called You. Very excited about that one because we will have the translated book, hopefully by then, we're hoping, by the end of the year. And there's one more class I'm forgetting here. Nope, those are the 3 classes so far.
Okay.
Right, and it's amazing. We're really excited. There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into all this curriculum. And I want to tell you, we had a really exciting meeting with the head of the education for all of CSL. She is so loving and supportive of what we're doing and the different approaches to the curriculum to make it better for understanding when you have English as a second or third language. So always know, and I want you to know this every time it happens and we experience that love and support from other communities or the greater organization, you got to know we're not just a shoestring dangling out there. We are really supported and acknowledged for the magnificent work that everybody is doing. Like truly outstanding. On that note, I'm going to pass this over to Reverend Barb. Can you bring up the certificates? And
Sure.
Nancy,
which one did you like first? The prac first? Prac 2 first?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the three teachers have power words for each student. So if you give us a name, then we'll tell you.
Okay, so Nancy won't announce these ones then because she's a part of this, right?
I'm pretty good at the names.
Shine your light.
All right. So Karen, I think you have Nancy Googie. I do like the name Googie though, so I've got that one down.
And then you got another Googie in your Prac 2 class this year, so you're maintaining it.
Yes, and I was waiting for Michelle to say Googie since I'm looking at it thinking, ooh, not that one. So here's what we know about Nancy. Nancy was always the foundation of our class. She lived it. She breathed it. She was it. She was the rock solid bedrock in the class, quiet, but when you asked her to share, she was centered and always claimed for her confidence. Oh, excuse me. She always asked her to share and she was always centered. We claim for her confidence and courage as she goes forth in the face and as the face of CSL Kenya.
So that's Kareth Kagoe. I've been practicing that. Paul helped me.
And
So-
Kara,
Yes.
Kara always challenged us, always, to drag her kicking and screaming into claiming and acknowledging her own power. She's wise, intuitive, and her dreams and symbolism challenged all of us because she always said, and what does this mean?
Yeah.
We claim for her the heart of CSL Kenya. She's a magnet, always a magnet for the women who need guidance on their journeys.
Agnes Wamuyu. Maybe. Claire.
Okay, Agnes. Agnes is our science of mind whisperer. She's always quiet in class, but when you read her homework, she was powerful and clear. She may be quiet, but she is mighty. We claim for her the voice of CSL Kenya.
Nice. Ooh.
Okay, Flaminia Fumagalli. Oh, maybe. So Flaminia is our thinker, always analyzing, always thinking, always working her way through issues and challenges. We claim for her the enlightenment of CSL Kenya. She will always find a way to the other side.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Everything. It's so magnificent.
Paul Canuthia. Claire?
Paul always challenged us to have answers and patience. He made us answer some really difficult questions and always made us smile. He will insist he is the peace of CSL Kenya, but we claim for him conscious loving of CSL Kenya. The new Prac 2 students will soon know what we mean by that.
Alfred Kingari Obunga. So Alfred is the perfect student. He was always on time. His homework was done. He was not a big sharer at the beginning, but as he settled into his power, he was profound. Alfred never questions. Alfred always knows the truth with a capital T. We claim for him the embodiment of CSL Kenya. He never wavers in knowing oneness, and his laugh makes us smile.
So beautiful. Put our
Well.
hands together for these beautiful practitioners. Ow, ow, ow.
Tremendous work, everyone. Beautifully presented. I love it. Love it.
So proud.
And
Okay.
we are celebrating these 6 students again when I come to Kenya, because we're going to do it in person. And what we do is a what we call an installment
Yes.
ceremony. So know that we are gathering as a community in the physical and honoring these 6 as well.
Here we
Nancy,
go.
you're up.
Mercy Kimondo.
Do we have power words for these, Michelle? Okay.
Is this Musani? Musani?
Yes, Mercy
Okay.
is Mercy Muthoni Kimondo. And then there is George Njoroge,
Yeah.
Andy Uta, Irene Omari, Florence Kamau, Lamek Memba, Patrick Ngugi, Duke Nyakweba, Christine Okili Khatima, Wilkista Orenge, Philip Osumba, Crispin Otieno Nyamanga, James Otumba.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Put your hands together for these beautiful, incredible souls. Oh,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
wow. Wow.
Ah.
Okay, as we celebrate these people, I want to invite Flaminia to do a short 4 or 5 minute meditation to lead us into the next section of our morning evening. And just as we go into that sacred space, hold these souls in your heart.
Thank you, Reverend Barb. Actually, it's nice because this morning I woke up and I was thinking, I need meditation and centering today. I will send a message to the group to propose. And then a few seconds after, I receive a message from Nancy. She's asking me, would you lead meditation? I was like, yes, of course. All right. So just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And breathe out. Feel the sensations under your feet on the floor. As you're sitting, feel all of your body in this moment. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Relax and yet feel your sensations, your body, your essence. This tingling in your hands, in the feet, in the legs, which is perfect energy. Our breath in and out, which is source. Our spine, our body, our cells, which are perfect intelligence. Feel the pride and the dignity of this body, knowing that it is perfect and it is the individualization of beautiful, perfect source. Feel your breath with joy, with power. Feel all your body as an expression of joy, of love, of energy, of peace. Take another big, deep breath in and a breath out as you reconnect and you feel and you know and you experience wholeness, connection. And just stay here for 1 minute. I will count for you. Just contemplating this word, my body, perfect individualization of spirit. And slowly, slowly bring your consciousness back in this space, in this moment. As I hold this gratefulness for who we are, for our presence, for our breath, for our bodies that allow us today to be here together, for our connection. And take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just slowly, slowly open your eyes so that we come back for another beautiful and exciting part.
Thank you, Flaminia.
Thank
That was
you.
delicious. So I want to welcome everyone here again, and I want to introduce our speaker today. She is my soul sister, my LMNOP, and she is here to inspire you and uplift you and invigorate you, give you things to contemplate and ponder. Please welcome Reverend Barb Samuel.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. I'm the one inspired this morning by every student that received a prac, every student that's in class, everybody that's even thinking, I'm going to take class, I'm going to participate. And I love what you said, Flaminia, my body, perfect individualization of spirit, because that's what we're talking about here today. I am in the image and the likeness of God. I am made in the image and likeness of God. That's what I want us to remember here today as we move into this moment. And what I want you to know right here and right now, everything that Flaminia said, it's true. You are, we all are the spiritual image and likeness of God, that individualization of spirit, no matter our race, our sexual orientation, our political stance, our financial status, everyone, everywhere. We are that unique emanation of love, beauty, intelligence, and you are truly a one-of-a-kind, wonderful, unique, brilliant, unfolding genius. And today, we are celebrating your very existence. Because what we're doing here today is celebrating the infinite potential to feel and give and appreciate each other. So as Gwen said, welcome everyone to this beautiful moment of life and community and sharing, togetherness, love, being as one. I know because I'm here, I feel this way. And I know because you're here, you must feel the same way. All of that joy and abundance and opulence and light, we're here to help change the world for better. And that's what we do. And this is how we roll. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Whew. Come into that vibrational alignment with what I have just spoken. With what I have just said to each and every one of you, there is a great intelligence that is happening, that is behind you, and that goodness that lies in front of you, and that life that is on either side of you. I know who you really are. The likeness and image of God. And the people around us are that same likeness and image of God. So that means we have something in common. And that thing that we have in common, you, me, we can think. No matter what's happening in life, we have the ability to think independent of life circumstances. When I say we are pure awareness, and when I say we are made in the image and likeness of God, that doesn't mean you look like God, because God is formless. That means that the thing we have in common is a spiritual awareness that allows us to think independently of anything that's going on in our life, and to be that fresh starting point for the presence of God to manifest through our expanded awareness. Yes? Simply put, what we think about comes about, so think rightly. Now, if you just take this part of this talk, we can stop. We can stop. Because that is enough. But I've got another 27 minutes. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more. That's all right with y'all. It is as like the image and likeness of God. This time of year for us, here in this Western hemisphere, we're heading out of summer. We're heading into fall. And I know Kenya is still in winter, according to Paul, for another 7 to 10 days. And then there's no spring. We're right, Paul? We're just jumping into summer. I love that. I love that that's the moment that's happening here. But every time this season comes, you know, it's the time I take. I love fall. It's my favorite time of year to recognize everything that we have received, everything that we have planted in another season of our life. It has grown and harvest is ready. And then we must ask ourselves, how can I share my bounty? Friends, do you know and do you recognize that we volunteered for this experience, this life experience, and all of it has to offer? Somewhere, sometime, we made a divine contract and we said, I'm going to be me. Gwen said, I'm going to be Gwen. Michelle said, I'm going to be Michelle. I accept this mission of my life. I will go live my life. I have agreed to have and be the image and likeness of God as me. Now what? What's next? What am I going to do with that? I know there's so much going on everywhere. I know. And at this time in human history, we have decided to participate in the unfolding good that is happening right here and right now. So we ask, how do we participate? How do we participate? We keep our hearts open. And by being a dispenser of divine gifts, lives change. By living that transcended vision of truth, people, all of this appears in what we have agreed to. So don't act so surprised when it shows up. I received it. I asked for it. Now I got it. You got it. Whatever that God you got is for you. And it's your season to recognize you receive to be that image and likeness of God as dot, dot, dot. What is that? So don't be surprised when it shows up as who you are. And hear me, everything, every single thing that you will ever need to be you as the image and likeness of God, you already possess. As a matter of fact, everyone does. Even those folks that don't know, especially those folks that get under your skin. I'm looking, let me put my glasses on. I'm looking, because I might be getting under your skin right now. I might be touching a nerve. Even those folks that don't know, we are all equipped. There's absolutely no coincidence that today you just happen to come into this spiritual center to be reminded that you are already set in motion and what you have agreed to. And as I said, you choose to be here. You choose to be about this life that you are living. We volunteered. And you choose to be here during a time when an old paradigm is dying and a new paradigm is emerging. You choose to be here to open your heart, to clearly state your vision. And you said, I'm gonna share my gifts. I will share my gifts. You chose to be here at this time to be a history maker, not just to stand back and observe history, but to participate and share your energy for this next evolution of humanness. Yes? Yes? Are you with me? All right, I see you. Thank you. Because I know somewhere in the back of your mind, some of you might be thinking, sure, Rev Barb, but all I want to know right now is, how do I pay my rent? How do I pay my mortgage? How do I get to work by paying an Uber? Am I walking? Am I busing? How do I eat? How do I get my kids an education? I know. Once you have come to an understanding about receiving, then harvesting your gifts, and that now we must share. Once we get to that place, and I know life puts halts. I know life puts on halts on our dreams sometimes, but when we come to that place of acceptance, something magnificent is going to happen. Acceptance goes a long way to shift to that next level of consciousness. And often you might need to get out of your old ways to grow a new idea in favor of something better. Yes? Now I know maybe someone transitioned. Maybe you lost your dream job. Maybe your vehicle needs repair. Maybe you don't have a vehicle. Maybe somebody stole your husband's bike right out of your house. They came right into your house, past many, many locked gates, and they took your bike, which was your retirement plan and your dream. Oh, I'm just letting you in a little bit what happened to me. I'm just saying. Anything. It could be anything. But you are made in the image and likeness of God, not in some ways, but always. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe you broke your foot 9 weeks ago and you're still in that boot. You don't know all the little things that might appear as though they're holding you back. You don't know unless you're feeling them. But when you're there, if you have a sense of violation or trust or safety or frustration or anger or wishing that the bad things that appear in your life appear bad, have never happened in the first place. When you get clear that there are gifts, if we accept, if we move to that place of acceptance without succumbing to it, to practice that activity of pure acceptance, and then ask yourself, what did I learn? What am I learning? What are the gifts that I have that are being activated? What talents need to be released? Where must I grow to transcend the emotions of loss, fear, worry, hurt? And if I ask these questions to the universe through its law, I guarantee will answer those questions. If you hang in there and do it consistently and sincerely, and then you forgive everything else, that which is being repressed, suppressed, and showing up as experiences which you unconsciously are calling forth to you, then they all come to the surface to be embraced, revealed, and healed. And what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself free. You're going to find yourself free. There's a quote that I wrote down for today by Robert Louis Stevenson. It says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." I accepted this life in the image and likeness of God and everything that goes with it. And friends, it's not what I receive, it's how I react to what has been presented. It's how we react. We're in crazy times. And when I say that, I'm not even sure what crazy defines anymore. But Carl Jung said, the stronger the light, the bigger the shadow. And we are living in a time that we accepted where the shadow can be seen so clearly. Because why? Our lights are so bright, and there's never been a time in human history, never been a time that I recall in my lifetime where our lights have been so bright on a global scale, where people are meditating and praying more and more all the time. And you're part of that. There's a great transformation taking place right here and right now. And if we come to understand that it's all about choice, being that expanded awareness of walking, acting, and being in the image and likeness of God. So I'm relearning and learning to see with the eye that is beyond the eye. Now, I know I'm an ordained minister and I'm the co-spiritual leader here, and perhaps you feel I should know these things. And the truth is, I do know them. The work is staying in the practice of them. That's our life work, ministers, practitioners. And I'm learning to see not with my human eye, but God's eye. And I'm learning to hear with the ear that is beyond my human ear, with the ears of God. Can you do something for me? Can you just say I'm magnificent? No, I meant unmute and say it to me. No, I'm joking. I do. I want you to put your hand on your heart and just say, I am magnificent. Now say it to yourself quietly. Say it in your head. I am magnificent. Now just think it. Now think it again. And think it again. Now in that moment, you said it and you heard it, right? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? You said it without your mouth and you heard it without your ears, right? Tell me, yes? The saying and the hearing it without your mouth and ears, that's what's left when the body dissolves. As any of our ministers can testify here, and perhaps you, if you've been with a loved one while they transition, when the body is gone, that which is said with the mouth and heard with the ears, it's still there. That which is said and that which is heard is still there, even after the body is gone. That's what qualifies us as eternal beings. So when I say I can hear without my ears, that which is beyond the ears, we're talking about our ability to hear what you said, and you didn't use your mouth and you didn't use your ears. Spiritual family, that's your reflection of God. That's your consciousness. That's your consciousness. And you've just expanded your awareness. It's a choice. So we must be careful what we say to ourselves, because that is what remains when the body is left and when it dissolves. I know, and I'm here to say there are other voices as well. There are societal voices, parental voices, those friends that mean well voices, hereditary voices, they are all in there too. And you're hearing those voices without your ears and allowing them to become part of the unconscious part of your consciousness. Do you hear me? That those words that are not being spoken, but you hear them in your head, are becoming the unconscious part of your consciousness. But through spiritual practice, your prayer, spiritual practice, meditation, spiritual practice, our affirmations, spiritual practice classes, all of those classes that Reverend Gwen talked about coming up, the study, spiritual practice, conversation, spiritual practice, life visioning, spiritual practice, these spiritual practices, you're able to discern after a while what voice is the most important voice. And that voice is the voice that you are articulating so that you have not been overwhelmed by the other voices and allowing them to run the gambit of your human experience. Yes? Yes? So, yes, thank you, Claire. Eventually, you are aware that your choice, Michael Beckwith says, with practice, ultimately you are learning to voice your choice. You're learning to voice your choice. And he goes on to say, you become aware of the sub-personalities that are speaking. And we come to an understanding that your personality emerges from experience as a reaction to experience. I am guilty of this. I am guilty of this. When my bike was stolen, I reacted because of something that happened to me when I was a child. I reacted, but I came back to who I was and who I know. Then I reacted and I came back and I reacted and I came back. We're human. We become a personality based on the stuff that we have gone through in life as a protective mechanism. Does that make sense? As a protective mechanism, as a way of fitting in. And in a way, it allows us to have a personality to move through the world. And sometimes those personalities are protecting, and sometimes those personalities are the wounded part of us that hasn't been healed yet, that is keeping us from seeing the reality. We are learning to voice our choice. Thank you, Michael Beckwith. This actually helps me understand the people or person who stole my bike. When I said to you earlier, that part that is magnificent and you heard it, you're learning to voice your choice on a moment by moment basis. And then as time occurs, as time and training occurs that we learn in our classes, when we immerse ourselves, you see the students here today that receive their certificates, we can hear and listen to those voices, but we don't give them any power anymore unless they're in main harmony with our voice. Yes, yes. The main voice becomes the habit and it becomes the consistent. I am magnificent. All of my needs are met. Everything is working together. I have accepted this body, this life, and I have mindfully planted the seeds of powerful consciousness within me. And I have decided to share my bounty with everyone around me as and like the image and likeness of God, named Barb Samuel. What's your name? Put your hand on your heart and say it. I am secure and safe. And when this is happening, something begins to happen. And beyond what I am saying to myself, I then pierce the illusion that there is any separation. I realize when I remember God is in me, I can and I will pierce the illusion of any separation. And once I penetrate it, once you penetrate it, life begins to live itself as me, as you, each of you. And we will understand the meaning of it. It's not that I live, but this presence of God lives as me, in me, for me, and through me. Fear, doubt, worry, concern have less and less sway over my life. And I begin to see those gifts that Flaminia said in her beautiful meditation, and Paul said in his treatment, the gifts of beauty and joy and abundance. It's everywhere for everyone in their own way. Friends, we are history makers. And as a history maker, we're not merely called upon to observe, but you're going to need to trust. And you must begin to move and keep your heart open. What is the life, the world that you want to live in? Keep saying it until it becomes your automatic go-to. We are living in it. My job is the image, to be the image and likeness of God, and it's to reap and share my bounty and keep my heart wide open. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So in closing, I want to ask you, what have you planted, or what are you going to plant? How will you share it? And with who? And then, are you listening? And are you remembering that you are born and made in the image of the likeness of God? You have a promise that glory is in you. God said, my love is in you. My peace is in you. Abundance, I am in you. I got you. I'm in you. I am you. And when you remember that, and when we know that, there's nothing, not one single thing that can interfere with our spiritual garden. I love us. Thank you.
So it is.
Oh, woo! Bring it home. Oh my goodness. Our spiritual garden. Look at all these beautiful flowers we have on our screen.
I know, I know.
This is our spiritual garden. We got a community.
That's right, Gwen. Go on.
Oh.
That's right.
Common unity. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, you gave us a lot to ponder, and we remember. We need to remember of our spiritual magnificence. We are valued, we matter, we are loved, and we are lovable. Whew, thank you.
You're welcome,
Well,
Pandai. Do we want to do these affirmations and then have an open?
Absolutely. Let's move into the affirmations. And if anybody wants to have a practitioner session, put your hand up on the screen, put the little icon up on the screen, and then we'll get you situated with some magnificent work with our practitioners to know the truth for you.
Yes. And
Do that while we're doing the affirmations, and join Reverend Barb. She's going to say it first, and I want you to unmute. And after she says it, we will say it following and repeat it.
And then we'll invite Agnes to do a closing benediction for us. How do you feel this morning, this evening? How do you feel today? Are you inspired? Are you uplifted? Okay, I'm going to say this long and you'll repeat it after me. I live my life as the image and likeness of the one.
I live my life
as the image and likeness of the one.
I radiate pure love,
pure
joy,
love,
peace, and beauty everywhere, every day.
I radiate love,
joy, peace, and beauty every day.
My life is a reflection of the magnificence of the divine.
My
life is a
reflection of the magnificence of the divine.
God is.
God is, I am.
God
God
is, I am.
God is.
I am.
Oh,
Powerful. Where is Agnes? There you are.
Yeah,
Go ahead, girl. Thank
feel
you.
the deal, baby.
thank you. Join me as I give thanks for this Froggy Friday. You have had the time, the internet, that everything has worked to perfection. We are grateful. And as we live this Froggy Friday, we go knowing we are the image and likeness of the divine. And we allow this magnificence of the divine to portray in our lives, at our workplaces, at our homes, in every area of our lives. I'm grateful to know this truth. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to let everyone know that if you are inspired, if you are able, if you are willing, we are open to receive financial support by means of PayPal. You can support us on PayPal. You can connect with Nancy. Sorry, Gwen, did you say something?
Yeah, I was just saying M-Pesa to Nancy.
Lisa to Nancy. And if you are in Canada or the US, you can connect with us through online on our website, and you can forward funds and know that that goes to our community directly. Everything goes to you as we share, as we contribute, as we grow, as we flourish. So I want to plant those seeds as we plant seeds and share our bounty.
And contact Nancy if you want, or you know of anybody that wants to join any of those classes, and she will sign you up or them up. Very important. Okay, we only have one hand up, and it's Tende who wants to have a session, a 2-minute miracle. Is there anybody else? Come on. If you're having lots of joy in your life and you want more, that's another good reason to have a session. It doesn't have to be lunch.
Yeah. Tendai goes in with Agnes, but the other practitioners can wait until we see if someone else needs prayer.
That'd be great.
Thank you, everybody who has come out this morning to shine.
Are they
to
in the
share,
room?
to be Fred, Jerry, Flaminia, Karen, Michelle, Lamech, Agnes, Kara, Lenny, Alfred, Nancy, Reverend Gwen, my heart, Philip, Paul, James, Claire, Duke, and all those that are signing off. I love us, I appreciate us, I value us, and I'm excited for who we are.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you.
Your heart.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
everyone.
And a good day.
Yeah.
Sleep well, everyone. Sleep well.
Well, man.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I
Good
love
one.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, practitioners. You're good.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
The Mac, you got travel plans? Philip, do you want to go in? Should we go into the Prac 2 classroom and then with Claire?
Yes, actually, I was waiting for your signal.
Okay.
Well, you
Oh.
don't. You can
We
go
can
in.
just stay here?
Yeah, you can just go into a breakout room.
Okay. Can we do a screen share in the breakout room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, or I can leave and you can just do it, and then it's just you guys. Kareth, is she in a room?
Kareth is in a matatu
Okay.
on her way home.
Oh,
So-
hi, Kara. It's good for you.
We can
You can bump her.
can bump
beautifully, gracefully and lovingly. And then I'll leave. And if Michelle is host, Gwen, you should be host, and then the three of you can stay. Or if Michelle's staying, you can stay. Was it a good morning, my friends? Good evening.
Great.
Good.
Yes.
Fantastic. I love us.
Thank you, Barb. Beautiful message.
Thank you, friend. I'll call you soon. I love you.
I'm going to head out.
Yeah.
If that works. If that
Okay,
works.
then you have to, I'm not anything, so you'll have to make me something.
I'm not anything. Philip said he didn't have jazz hands. He had fat fingers.
Oh, how's the fat finger today?
It's pain-free, but still fat.
Let's see.
Oh, we gotta stop the recording. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah. 'Cause otherwise,
Show me again.
everyone's going to know about his fat finger.
Oh, a little better.
How do we stop the recording?
It's flexible, and it's